Listen, we got breaking news. You hear what's going on with Lamelo Ball? I can't believe what has happened. Lamelo tweaked his ankle in a play against Jared Vanderbilt in that second quarter. The Charlotte Hornets, they had their back against the ropes. Right now, they have made it a game against the Los Angeles Lakers, but the Lakers was just handed it to them. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. Anthony Davis. This man went complete beast mode. There's no other way to slice a dice what occurred with Anthony Davis. As I'm talking to you right now, AD got about 36 and 18. You do the math. That's what kind of performance this man had. This guy, Anthony Davis, he outscored the Charlotte Hornets nearly all by himself. This is what we got to point out, y'all. But back to LaMelo, this is devastating. It's almost like it's deja vu, to see LaMelo tweak his ankle, walk to the locker room. It's just not a sight that Hornets fans, LaMelo Ball fans everywhere want to see. The Charlotte Hornets, the season is over. We just got to keep it real. Uh, yeah, they could make a couple of wins here and there, but to be honest with you, the Charlotte Hornets have really put their back against the ropes. They have no business even falling this far behind where they were. They got injuries all over the board. Brandon Miller is out for the season. If you LaMelo Ball, outside of an all-star berth, what in the world are we really playing for? Are the Charlotte Hornets going to make a playoff push? Does it even make sense to make a play-in push? You know, um, is obviously going to be tough because they're way back in the win column. Number one, you got the Bulls at 19 and 27. The Hornets are 12 and 30. So they're gonna need a whole lot of luck. On their side, they're gonna have to jump a couple teams. But to be honest with you, the only team completely out of it right now, in my humble opinion, is the Washington Wizards. The Hornets are kind of they could go either way right now. They could either shoot up, maybe to the 12 seed. They could really do that. So I don't know, but then you got to fight with teams like Philly, Chicago. I just don't see them competing with those teams just yet unless they make a move. If can they acquire a Bradley Bill? Can they get a Chris Middleton? If you look at what's going on with these other teams, look at what's going on with Nick Richards. Nick Richards went to the Phoenix, and is having a career year right now. Balling out of his mind. So if you are some of these players, you starting to see that, like, man, maybe if I go over here, you never know. And then the Hornets maybe could get some return to help LaMelo. Because if you LaMelo Ball, man, you cannot continue to go through these injuries, man. The Hornets is almost like, are they wasting your talent? I know he's a young player, but LaMelo has gotten injured, a lot more than we would like. And like I said, today is another occasion. The man is averaging this season nearly 30 points per game. You really want to, take care of LaMelo. The man is shooting 41% from the field, 33% from three. He putting up 7 assists, 5 rebounds. He's doing everything that you could ask from a superstar. And now without LaMelo, without Miller, you really put yourself behind the eight ball right now. But this game, to be honest with you, while LaMelo was playing, they, like I said, the Hornets, they made a late push into this game. They very well might sneak this win out. You got to understand the Lakers. I believe they took their foot off the gas once LaMelo left. It was like, oh man, what are we doing here? And that's the difference between a championship team and a good team. If you are the Lakers, you look at them. I think it's more about the Lakers. You telling me that while LaMelo was on the floor, what was all the intensity? Once LaMelo left, it seemed like he was willing to let the Hornets back into this game. So that's something that I was monitoring. If you the Lakers, if you LeBron, it's gonna be some theatrics. It's gonna going to be a movie in the show. But the history of Lamelo's ankles has been tough. He has been wearing the braces this season to help protect his ankles. That's a fact, because I know that was one big situation that occurred, over the off season. What's going on with the ankle braces? What's being taken, you know, so to make sure this don't happen. Lamelo needs to be out there. And I thought that he had a relatively healthy season this year. Let's see how long this takes him, to bounce back. So that's gonna be the question. How long? But if it's me, if Lamelo, if you already hearing them talk about he's not gonna make the All Star team, if the Hornets are not gonna compete, I just don't see Lamelo risking it right now. Just like I said, you want to just stay as healthy as possible. Miller's not coming back, so this season looks like it's gonna be another wash for the Hornets. But if you Lamelo, how many washes can you have? The organization has to be approached, man, because look what's going on. This is bad. I don't like what's happening, but you can't predict injuries. So that's one thing for sure, two things for certain. So what do the Hornets do from here? I don't know. Are they going to move on for Miles? I just don't see it. I think that's one of their biggest assets. Maybe they could get a haul for him, but I would love to see if they could bring in, especially now with the Hornets, that you're going to be down some scoring, a lot of scoring. You down Melo, you down Miller. I think they need to try to make a little sneaky move to bring in some offense to this basketball team. Let's see if they can pull it off. It doesn't seem like the Hornets have been able to acquire any valuable assets, just like in terms of what LaMelo is going to need to really sustain himself in the East, let alone compete for a championship. He's going to need weapons, legitimate weapons, not good role players. He's going to need another superstar with him. I hope they can pull off the Zion deal, but if you Zion and you seeing injuries all over the place, who's he? He probably like, what's going on? So, but that's a very intriguing situation if they could get Zion with Melo and Miller. But bottom line, all I'm saying in the summary is LaMelo don't have a lot of time, with the Charlotte Hornets. You don't know what's going to happen. I really believe time is ticking. The team isn't getting better. Hopefully, LaMelo has time now to reflect, see the chessboard. They're not acknowledging your talent, maybe because you playing in Charlotte. I know that he has a great relationship with all the teammates, but he's gonna have to make a decision for himself. Especially if they can't keep him healthy. But I'm gonna leave it at that. It's unfortunate. It's breaking news. We're gonna have a lot more to discuss on this. This is just my initial thoughts. It's Flight Sports TV.